Hi and welcome to Whiskey Pilgrim, and yeah, as you see, this is me. This is how I look like. I know I said in my first video I made that I was not going to show myself. I am still going to keep that, just at this time, since it's Christmas. I felt like, why not make something different? And yeah, as you know, this chapter is called 6, Never Far From Home. And on this chapter I actually told my parents to show their 5 bottles that they really like, and then I would take 5 bottles from their collection which I think is quite good, and which I do not have as well, except for one of them I do have at home. I have never opened it, and I will probably not open it for quite a while, so yeah. So let's get to it. There are 5 whiskies my parents had chose. I will only show you 2 of them. The reason that's because some of them are just big and heavy, and I don't have that much room here, as you might see. I will start with the very famous whiskey, hated whiskey, Dalmore 15, which was actually the whiskey that my parents started to like or get into single malt when I actually introduced them to that whiskey. So yeah, that was the whiskey they liked, the Dalmore 15. I know some people don't like it at all, some people really despise it, but it's up to everyone what they like and don't like. The second one that they chose was actually the Glenfarclas Syndiat. And everyone who has tasted it has their own opinions. Is it worth the money or not? Well, I wouldn't pay too much money for that whiskey personally, but it is really good. It is really good in my view. So that's the Syndiat, was their second choice. Their third choice, I'm gonna show you the bottle actually. Is this one. This is, I hope I don't say the name too wrong actually. Brookladdish 1925. It's a bottle of whiskey. It's just fantastic. It's unfortunately only limited to 6,000 bottles. So let's see here. I hope, hopefully the camera gets a good zoom on this one. Yeah. So there's a number on the bottle as well. Which one it is? Let's have a look. This is bottle 5332. It is 48.1 ABV, and it is crazy good. This is a sherry whiskey. It's good. Unfortunately, it is no longer available as far as I know. You can only buy it on the secondary market, but it was only sold on travel exclusive, on airports and yeah, stuff like that. But it's fantastic. If you can get a hold of a dram, do it please. Just a tiny sip. It's all you need to understand what good this is. The fourth one, we actually tried at the distillery that we were visiting this year, and that was Glengoyne, 25-year-old. Yeah, it's a whiskey I heard a lot. I've seen a few YouTubers talking very good about it, and I felt like, well, why don't I try it? And yeah, we were at the distillery, and I got the chance to try it thanks to that wonderfully nice tour guide we had. I don't remember his name, else I would have done a shout out, but I know he's been working there for quite some while. And yeah, he gave me a sample. I tried it, my mother tried it. As soon as she tried it, she was immediately asking one of the staffs, where is the 25-year-old? And they were, it's over there. Okay. And she took one and bought one immediately. It didn't take her more than 5 seconds to have a bottle in her hand after she had tasted it. She really liked it. So yeah. And the last one is a whiskey I have here actually. This is Box, or as it is now called, High Coast Distillery. Yeah, and I will actually do a review on this one here, because this was one of the whiskies I actually did choose. And this is a whiskey I do have in my collection. Unfortunately I only have 1 bottle. My parents bought 3 bottles, and this is the last one. It is super good. So spoilers. Yeah. There was actually, if you have looked at my Instagram, you might see that there is 1 bottle missing and another bottle has replaced it, and that is this one. And I will tell you more about it. But there was a bottle actually that we will not be opening it. I had to ask my mother if she was going to open it, but she will not. This is a hand-filled Dalmore, and it is a single cask, first filled Bourbon Hogshead. We tried this at the distillery when we were there 2016, I think this one is around 12 to 13 years old, I think. And yeah, it's fantastic. If you look here, see if you can get it good close. There's actually some parts, particles from the oak the cask it was in. Maybe it doesn't look too appetizing, but it looks quite cool, I think. And yeah, we did try it. If you look at the color there, fantastic whiskey. And it also gets into this nice little bag. Yeah, fantastic. Well, it will be open one day, she told me, but not yet. Not this Christmas. So yeah, now you're asking which bottle will I start with? Unfortunately, I will not only drink 2 whiskies on this review, because I already had a few whiskies before I did this, and I will probably have another whiskey after these are done. Yeah, so let's get to it. The first one I would like to show you is this one. The Glenfarclas 1996 Premium Edition Oloroso Sherry Casks. It was only made for the German market. So yeah, we actually bought it in Rostock at the whiskey festival there, when Glenfarclas had their own table there with different whiskies. We bought this one there. It's 19 years old. It's 46%. I'm not sure if it says anything about the whole, yeah, if it's not non-shell filtered and all that. But this one, yeah, I'll tell you a little bit what I got from the taste of this whiskey. Yeah, I have to look at my notes because I will not remember them in my head because I have 5 whiskies here. Yeah, this one on the nose I thought it had a honey, sweet and dried fruits, some creamy and nutty as well, black pepper, lemon custard and buttered toasted bread, and raisins because it's a sherry cask, so there's always going to be a hint of raisins, so you're going to probably see that along some few of these bottles are raisins and different things that are typical that I find, because I'm not an expert on this. I used to do this for the fun of it, and also because I like whiskey, explore new things, challenge myself as well. And yeah, and now I'll get to this little fancy lad. And this is Swedish whiskey. The name appears as Bergslagen or Bergslagen, I don't know how you should pronounce it in English. This is an independent bottling actually. It is a 5-year-old lightly sherried, or lightly peated sherry cask, I should say. A 5-year-old lightly peated sherry cask. From a distillery in Sweden called Grythyttan, which was unfortunately closed. For reasons that I cannot really get into because I don't know the whole part. I just know it had a lot to do with, always has to do with the economical part, and it wasn't really that goodly handled. This whiskey, I can show the color again, I think you should see that. It's fantastic. It's cask strange, 58% whiskey. I think they made only between 500 and 1,000 bottles of this whiskey. It was a part of a series of 3, a trio of whiskies. One was very heavily peated sherry, one was not peated, I think, and this one was lightly peated. I have only tried this one on that trio collection, and it's, yeah. First time I tried it, it just tasted alcohol, unfortunately. But now it's getting comfortable in that bottle, and it's starting to breathe and get a lot of good things going for it. Yeah, what I can't find in this one, the Sherry Darling, is actually sweet sherry raisins, because it is sherry. So yeah, peat, is it there? Of course, it's light. Milk chocolate, salty caramel, ginger, black pepper, chili, as well. If I would go into the palate of this whiskey, yeah. I remember I did something here. I'm just gonna correct myself after I've done this one. And the palate is lightly peated as well. It's bitter dark chocolate, lemon, orange, yam, marmalade, raisins, soaked in sherry as well, black pepper, chili. It's quite buttery, and it is a hint of sulfur. And I can say one thing. If you ever get a chance, at least try one of those bottles from Grythyttan. Bergslagen. They're really good. What I did remember about this one though, I forgot to tell you about the palate. I only told you about the nose, actually. So if I should be honest, on the nose or on the palate here, I would say sweet, syrupy, raisin, milk, chocolate, as well as some fruit cocktail and creamy pear vanilla ice cream. Yeah, pear vanilla ice cream I would say. It's fabulous as well. And yeah, and now I'm gonna choose another one that's Swedish. That's actually, as you see, 3 Swedish ones. Unfortunately, one of them is not Swedish whiskey in it. It's just a Swedish independent bottler that has done it. And then there's this one. This is one called Eldvatten, as we say in Sweden, or in English it would be fire water. It's two guys in Gothenburg who owns this. They go around Scotland buying casks and bottling them. You know, fabulous. I've been to one of their tastings. Awesome. Yeah, and this is a sherry cask Mortlach, 10 years old. One of only 312 bottles. Yeah, so this is bottle 88. And yeah, it's cask range, natural colors and non-chill filtered, and it's 55.5 ABV. Yeah. So if you look at the color there, it is likely, and it's actually the first Mortlach I ever tried. Yeah. So on this one, I would say the nose is very as well as many others. Sweet, syrupy, honey oats, orange, yeah, marmalade, lemon flavored sweets, caramels maybe, raisins, ginger, and milk chocolate on the nose. But on the palate, I found a sweet, syrupy again, cherry soaked raisins, dark chocolate with orange. It's bitter and it's dry. That chocolate with the orange, it's bitter and dry. Yeah, it's a good bottle. Unfortunately, they are not available, I think. And if you don't go to the Swedish secondary market, you can also find this one. Unfortunately, the Swedish people who sell this is just way over there what they are worth in flavor. They are good whiskies, but not for those price points. But that's my opinion. Yeah, and then I have gonna go to this one actually. This is a bottle we found in how do you call this one? Campbellton in Scotland on our first trip in 2016. It is a 24-year-old single cask Dalmore, 50%. Yeah. Now you think, oh my god, how much money did you pay for this one? Honestly, we didn't pay that much. I found it at the shop there when we were going to visit Springbank. And I saw it, I was like, oh my god, it's gonna cost a lot. But I know my mother and stepfather like Dalmore, so I thought, maybe we should try this. See how much it costs. It only cost between 85 to 95 pounds. A 24-year-old single cask Dalmore. So that's quite good when you compare it to 21, 24, 23, 25-year-olds original bottlings of Dalmores. That's just crazy priced. I don't know if they're worth it, but yeah. I'm just gonna have some water, always important. Yeah, I actually not brought down any tastings on this one because I thought, oh, let's do it here. It's gonna be live when I record it, but when you see it's not gonna be live, so yeah. Oh. And I had it out in the glass for like half an hour now, so let it breathe. Because I usually say you should let the whiskey breathe for 1 minute per year. Yeah. Wow, this one is really nice. I would say there's a lot of herbs in this one. There is some creamy Italian vanilla ice cream in it. Some lemony zesty like lemon palm, the herb. I would say caramel, I can find some caramel in it, maybe fudge caramel. I don't really know the difference between those. But yeah, and I spilled some. Expensive drops. Yeah, that's what I can find, and of course there's the oak. There's always the oak. I don't always say that because it's obvious. There's not going to be some oak influences, of course. Yeah, vanilla ice cream, some lemony zest, caramel, maybe peach as well. Yeah, some peach to it, I think. Yeah, peach, definitely peach. Before I get into the palate, I'm just going to read on the booklet here some more information on the bottle. Let's see here. I'm not going to go into that one. It was distilled in 1989 and it was bottled in 2013. 24 years of age. Its range is a cask range, 50%. The cask they used was a Bourbon Hogshead, and the number of bottles made on that bottle was 144 bottles. So that's not many. So I think the chances of you actually getting a hold of a bottle like this will only be on the secondary market. Since it's Dalmore, it's not Macallan, but it's Dalmore. They can probably take some hefty prices on it, but if you can find it on a bar, a pub, get a gram and yeah, enjoy it, which I'm gonna do now. You can feel the oak burning a little bit. I don't really like that sensation, but I can get it here, the 50%. Yeah, very vanilla, creamy vanilla. Some fruits, I would say. Maybe it could be exotic fruits. Yeah. There's some lemon and orange marmalade, yam as well on this one. A little sweet icing sugar. Definitely. There is some butter as well, oat, if I should say so. I'm gonna see if I can actually look at this one and see what they have. That's what I found on it anyway. Yeah. So let's see, on the nose it says lots of creamy vanilla. I did get that. Typical Dalmore orange. Yeah, I got lemon, citrus. Some dark on the palate, some darker forest fruits initially before heavier orange. Yeah, I said some orange there. Yeah. Cloves and spices. Yeah, definitely. Very smooth and creamy. Cream I can actually get. Some lemon. Yeah, and it's dry. Yeah, dry. I would say the oak is dry. Yeah. I will be finishing this whiskey off, and after I'm done reviewing all of them and starting editing. Yeah. So now you say, I will go to the last one, and I will go to the last one. I don't have to worry. Yeah. This one. This is the, yeah, as I said, for High Coast Distillery. This is a small batch number 1, the Oloroso and PX cask. This is almost only sold at the place in Germany called the Bourbon. It's between the borders between Germany and Denmark. There's a little boat. That's where I get all my Springbanks. The most of them anyway. And they sometimes have some exclusive things for them, like so many other liquor stores and all that have. This one was only made in 300 bottles. I managed to get one of them, so I will be saving it. I will be opening it. My mother and I got like 3 of them. Yeah. So this is the last one. We opened it yesterday. And if you see the color, you can see it's been very active. It's only 6 years old. It's 56% ABV. It's a little bit dark. It's darker than the other bottles they had actually. Yeah. And this whiskey, I had to take a second dram off as I was recording because it's just so fantastic. I hope anyone who actually bought these bottles don't waste them on a shelf to collect dust for many years just because they're never gonna drink them or just gonna keep them there. I hope people open this bottle if they get the chance, if they have it. I will open mine. I will save it for a special occasion. Let's see here, some information on this one. Yeah, it was 6 years old. The color, as you might see here. Yeah, this one's a little bit dirty now because of my fingerprints. Yeah. On the nose here. I should say, if you ask the Oloroso and the PX casks, they were actually first fill, all of them. Yeah. And this is the bottle number 207. Yeah. It makes me wonder how bottle number 300 is going to look like. If this one is already that dark. Because the other bottles they had was like something like between 1560 and 100 to 150. On the nose here, I get a gentle touch of sulfur as well. It's going to look like this. It's not going to look that very professional, but sulfur that meets sweet and syrupy. Yeah, the gentle touch of on the nose of sulfur. Honey and canned peaches, I would say. You know, peach on the can from Dolce and all those other brands. Toasted oats. Also, I get some berries on this one, like blueberries and strawberries for some reason, which I have never got before on the whiskey. And there is the licorice, as well as raisins and plums on the palate. Yeah. And I actually never said cheers, so slantema, cheers, skål, prost, and whatever you may say it in your language. Cheers. And yeah, on the palate. If you don't like sulfur whiskies, especially shared sulfur whiskies, you're not gonna like this one at all. I can tell you that already. This one is it's fantastic in my view. I like sulfur. I like sulfured whiskies, shared whiskies. So yeah, my voice got a little bit light there. Let's see here. Yeah, sulfur meets more sulfur. I wrote down, and I agree with that. Sweet and syrupy with honey, raisins and plums. Yeah, you can find it there. There's more sweetness in this one. There's dry licorice and bitter, lightly salted ginger and toasted oats. Yeah, as well. It's a fantastic whiskey. So yeah, I will also finish this one later on today. Just gonna drink some water, clear my throat. So now I've done these reviews. They may not be the most professional ones, but usually these are bottles you don't always find on the internet. That's why I did it, because I just wanted to do something different here as well. I did also, like, why don't I do what I would call my whiskey of the year, which is will only be age statements, of course, if there's no one that's very special. The whiskey I would call my whiskey of the year limited edition. It was a whiskey I actually bought for a few days ago. I had another whiskey I actually attended, and that was the Dean's, the 9-year-old Bordeaux wine cask. It's fabulous for being a 9-year-old whiskey for that price point. And yeah, those flavors and that I know some flavors is fantastic. It's fantastic whiskey, the 9-year-old Deanston. Unfortunately, this one did lose to this whiskey, and I'm gonna show you it. Yeah. The Longrow 14-year-old sherry cask, 57.8% ABV. It's only limited to 9,000 bottles. It was distilled on September 2003 and bottled in July 2018. Yeah, and it was, the cask type was refill Oloroso sherry. I'm gonna open it so you can just see it. I will not be reviewing this one right now. It's the same what goes with the other bottle, because I will do a review on them later on in February. when I know this whiskey is gonna probably have a 10 or 20 reviews on it, because people are gonna go crazy on it, because this is a really good whiskey. It's gonna be hard to get, unfortunately, but that's how life is. Yeah, here you go. Here you have the color. Look at that. Fantastic. Now I'm gonna put it down so I don't drop it. So that would be my limited edition thing of the year. It wasn't that expensive, I think. I paid around 100 euros, maybe 95 euros for this whiskey. It's expensive in certain areas, but yeah, it's worth it. And I'm gonna do a review on it in February, so yeah, you have to bear with me because I have so much planned what I'm gonna do. The next one is a whiskey I actually have reviewed once, and that was like in the Alpha and Omega review I did, when I had pointed out some whiskies that I think you should have in your beginning collection in your whiskey cabinet, or starting out with whiskies that I would recommend for a new beginner. Then there were 2 bottles there that I did take out in that category, yet they were maybe a little bit more, not advanced, but they are a little bit more, it takes some more time to, but they are fabulous. One of them was the Kilkerran 12-year-old, which is fabulous whiskey from Campbelltown in the Glengyle Distillery. The second one is actually the whiskey I think could be Ralphie's whiskey of the year, but I could be wrong. I did say it, pointed out in that video as well. And that is a whiskey from a distillery that I have actually been visited, and it's fabulous. Nice little whiskey. You can probably see it in here anyway, so yeah. Then are there 12. Seriously. This one's not open because I gave it to my parents as a gift. I have one at home. I nearly drank all of it. For 12-year-old whiskey on non-chill filtered, no coloring, and 46% ABV. This is I couldn't even say the F word there, but I'm not going to. It's just an awesome whiskey. I highly recommend this whiskey, and I think it could be Ralphie's whiskey of the year. So yeah, that was my review. I got a little bit more in it than I should have, and I apologize if I confuse people. As I said in my first ever video, I'm not an English speaking in my native language is not English, so I can't speak English. Yeah, so, and I'm not an expert. I just do this because I think it's funny and I love to explore whiskey, the taste, the smells, and all that. So yeah, I will see you next time, and yeah, hope you have a pleasant holiday and all that. Merry Christmas and all that. Hope you have a good time. Yeah. Cheers and bye. Boom, boom, boom.